Think about the last time someone asked you how you met your partner. You probably said an app, or a mutual friend, or work, or that one party you almost didn't go to. The whole process took maybe a few weeks of texting before you even met in person. Now, delete all of that. No apps, no phones, no parties, no workplaces, no mutual friends sending memes to break the ice. Just you. A group of maybe 30 people, and the very real possibility that every single one of them is your cousin. That was the dating pool for most of human history. And somehow, the species survived. So, let's start with the obvious problem. Ancient humans lived in small bands, 15 to 50 people. Everyone knew everyone. Everyone was related to someone. Marrying within your own group wasn't just awkward. Researchers studying ancient DNA have found clear evidence that early humans actively avoided inbreeding. Not because someone explained genetics to them, because groups that didn't avoid it produced weaker offspring, and those groups disappeared. The ones that survived were the ones who found partners outside their immediate circle. Evolution punished the ones who didn't look further. And so humans developed something no other animal had done quite the same way: trade networks. Not just for food or tools, for people. Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer groups have found a consistent pattern. Young adults regularly moved between groups. A man from one band would join another. A woman would leave her birth group and join her partners, sometimes both. The movement wasn't random. It was social infrastructure. The groups that built relationships with neighboring bands had access to more potential partners, more genetic diversity, and more allies when things got dangerous. Finding a partner wasn't just romantic, it was diplomatic. But how did you actually meet someone from another group? You didn't have a profile, you couldn't send a message, you showed up. Gatherings were the original dating scene. Archaeological evidence suggests ancient humans gathered seasonally at specific locations. Sites in southern Africa show repeated visits by multiple different groups over thousands of years. Shell beads dated to over 100,000 years ago, found far from any coastline, tell researchers that objects were being traded across significant distances between groups. Where objects traveled, people traveled. Where people traveled, relationships formed. These gatherings were not random accidents. They were planned, seasonal, tied to food availability and migration patterns. Spring and summer, when food was easier to find, meant surplus time. Surplus time meant social events. And social events meant opportunities. Music existed. Ochre body paint existed. Personal ornaments existed. All of them tens of thousands of years before anyone built a city. The oldest flute ever found is 60,000 years old. Someone was playing music at a gathering long before anyone wrote a song lyric. And the function of music at a gathering is not complicated. It attracts attention. It demonstrates skill. It signals that you are worth noticing. So what were ancient humans actually looking for? The same things humans still look for, but filtered through the specific demands of a world where survival was the only metric that actually mattered. Physical health was visible. Strong teeth meant a good diet. Clear skin meant no active infection. Physical capability meant you could hunt, gather, carry, build, and survive. These were not shallow preferences. They were survival data being read directly off a person's body. The ability to make things mattered. A man who could craft a precise stone tool was demonstrating patience, intelligence, and fine motor skills simultaneously. A woman who could process hide into clothing was demonstrating the same. Competence was attractive because incompetence got people killed. Social status within the group mattered enormously, but ancient status looked nothing like modern status. It wasn't money or job title, it was reputation. Were you generous with your kills? Did people trust your decisions under pressure? Did you contribute to the group or extract from it? Anthropologists studying living hunter-gatherer communities consistently find that the most desirable partners are not the physically strongest. They are the most generous, the most reliable, the most socially connected. Because in a world with no safety net, marrying someone who the whole group respected meant the whole group would help you when things went wrong. Humor mattered. This sounds trivial until you understand what humor actually is. It is pattern recognition expressed socially. It demonstrates intelligence, flexibility, and the ability to read other people. Research published in 2017 found that the ability to make someone laugh is consistently rated as one of the most attractive qualities across cultures and genders. That preference did not appear in 2017. It was built into human psychology over hundreds of thousands of years of social selection. Someone making the group laugh around the fire 60,000 years ago was advertising something real. And then there was the actual process of committing. Ancient partnerships were not private decisions made between two people in an apartment. They involved the entire group. Because in a band of 30 people, a new partnership changed the social dynamics for everyone. Who was allied with whom? Who helped whom when food was scarce? Whose children would be raised by whose relatives? These were not romantic questions. They were political ones. Families negotiated. Elders had opinions. The community had a stake in the outcome. Bride price and bride gift practices, found across hundreds of cultures around the world, are not modern inventions. Anthropologists trace their roots deep into prehistoric social organization. You didn't just choose a partner. You formed an alliance between groups. Goods changed hands. Relationships were sealed socially, not just personally. The wedding was not a celebration of love. It was a diplomatic ceremony with real political consequences. Here's what gets lost in all of this. Ancient humans finding a partner were not doing something primitive or random. They were navigating a complex social system that balanced genetic diversity, personal compatibility, group politics, and long-term survival calculations simultaneously. With no algorithm, no profile, no swipe, just observation, memory, reputation, and the accumulated social intelligence of a lifetime spent inside a community that knew everything about you. Modern dating apps give you access to thousands of potential partners, and somehow finding the right one still feels impossible. Ancient humans had access to maybe 50, and they built the social infrastructure to make it work across hundreds of thousands of years. The species is still here. The math checks out.